go ahead and introduce yourselves. Get started.
Hi, my name is Andrea Tivadar, and I am playing Coelchius in Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15.
Okay, and
Hi, I'm Mulvey, and I play Libertus in Kingsglaive.
okay, well, let's start with this. This Final Fantasy movie looks a whole lot different. I mean, what attracted you folks to this project?
Being a Final Fantasy fan from a young age, I used to play Final Fantasy 7 in my childhood. Actually, we didn't.
Yeah, it was interesting.
No.
At the start, all we knew was that it was an animated film.
Yes.
And then it was once we started getting into the casting process, we then started getting told, oh, it's Square Enix. Okay, right, wonder what that could be then. And then it's Final Fantasy. It was like, oh, that was amazing. That was the point.
Of course, we
at which,
couldn't disclose this for more than 15 months
so they covered it in March. But yeah, just being involved in that. Like the moment I got that bit of the contract, it said at the top, Project Final Fantasy, I was just like, because I am quite a fan. Same with Andrea,
Yes.
I started with 7, but I've played 7, 8, bit of 9, bit of 10, 13. Can't wait for 15. So I've played a lot of them. I've seen Advent Children. Advent Children's amazing. So for me, it's like this is kind of a childhood dream to be involved in something like this.
So this
It is.
Yeah. So was all this under wraps, like with the secret code name and
Yep.
like all that kind of, what was the secret code name?
Unfortunately, can't tell you. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you, unfortunately.
I was going to say, the movie's about to be
Movie's about to come out, but now we can't reveal the secret code.
secret
That is
code.
a secret.
Well, then how did they approach you? I mean, they just like pretend it was some other type of animated movie?
It was literally just, for me, it came from my agent, and we were just told it's a CGI animated feature film. This is kind of the story behind it. Are you interested?
And to be honest, when I went into the casting, I didn't really know what to expect because we're given obviously like the things that we had to do at the audition. They were not related to what we had to do in the movie. So it was a completely different universe to like audition to being on set.
Yeah, the whole process was very sort of kept very tightly under wraps, and you kind of it was very much a sort of need to know basis. You were given bits of information
So
as you needed to
up,
know.
like slowly. It was like putting bricks together, building a house.
Yeah.
Yes, this movie was something like that, just like literally building a house, and now
But
we're ready to uncover.
It was quite nice in some ways because the whole secrecy side of it meant that, as with sort of film trailers when they go, and this might be coming out, and then this is the first trailer, it was kind of like that for us because it was, you're going to, okay, animated film, and it's Square, oh, and it's Final Fantasy, oh, and it ties into the game. And so we've literally drip fed this stuff over a period of weeks, and so it's like every time you got another little bit of information, it's like, what's this thing?
Until we saw the movie.
Really exciting, and then
And then we saw the movie, and we're like,
So you have seen
yeah, so
Yes, we have.
we have seen it, and it's amazing. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Well, give us a little tease of what is so quite so amazing.
For me, it's very like it is animated. It looks animated. It looks computer generated, but the subtlety that they achieve with
Emotions.
the characters and the faces is just on a whole nother level from anything you've seen before. It's little things like when you watch movies and they do a close up on someone and you see a slight like tick in the cheek, and the cheek just they get that. That is the level of detail you're getting in these films. It's incredible. It's like a slight twitch of the eye or something, and it's this tiny minutiae detail that suddenly transports you from watching an animated film into just watching a film.
and I could see how, because they've completely got that spot on, I could see how the movie will be approachable to people who are not into gaming. It'll completely
Yeah,
their
it's
minds.
it is an interesting piece with that respect because it is a standalone piece. Whilst it does tie into the game, it is actually a standalone piece. You don't need to know anything about the game to watch it. You don't really need to be interested in the game. It is just a big sort of summer blockbuster film that happens to tie into Final Fantasy 15.
Well, visually, the characters, do they try to make it look like you folks here, just a little tad bit?
Yeah.
My character pretty look.
Yeah, they do.
Like
They
me,
do look like
and
us. It's
Libertas as well.
Yeah, 'cause basically what happened was we had a part of the process was a scanning, and they did with a big rig of cameras, and they did sort of 360 degrees and photographed us, and then built the models up from there.
And it took like 3-4 hours to like get the proper scanning, like the thorough scanning of every single
Yeah,
so you'll be surprised. You'll remember.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be like,
when I first put the artwork up, my friends just went, "Yeah, that's just your face. That's your face." And yeah, you can recognise all the people who played those characters and whose faces we used. You can see they just look the same. They're just animated. That's all it is. They're digital, not real. It's crazy.
Well, since being voice actors yourselves, tell me the first time how you reacted to seeing yourself in this film.
For me, it was the trailer. I got because I'd seen sort of the work in progress as we were going, and I got sent some of the footage of the work in progress as we were full of voice. We all tried to make sure we were getting it all synced up properly. But actually sitting in that cinema, and the first time I go, yeah, that's definitely me. And actually, the first time you see Libertas, it's just his chin, and I went, oh yeah, no, that's my chin.
That's my chin.
And then the words come out and you can hear yourself speaking. And it's incredible. I know that one of the things people talk about with animated films and with robotics and things is uncanny valley. You don't get it with this film at all. It's weird. The more realistic it becomes, the more you expect to get, and you don't. It's so natural. I think because it's motion captured, you're not getting that. With a lot of animation, you sometimes get that odd movement. You go, that's not right, and that throws you out. With the motion capture, because it's all motion captured, you don't get that. It's a human. It is just a human response, and it's a very human piece.
You get that human quality to each character. It's pretty. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it was very exciting seeing us on the screen.
Yes.
And seeing all that hard work as well, remembering, one of the nice things was actually seeing the set and going, I remember the day we filmed it, I remember doing that, and I remember doing all that stuff, and then seeing it, sort of realising the full set and the full costume and everything.
And you have to appreciate the whole team, behind this project. There's so many people involved in creating this beautiful piece. It's so amazing.
The work that's been done is incredible. I was fortunate enough to meet a few of the developers and talking to them about sort of the meticulous nature. There was one little story I got told about. At one point, there's an insect that sort of floats across the screen, and they were saying about how normally you'd go, well, it's only this big on the screen, so we'll make a rough thing. And they're saying, actually, we're working with these images that are this size and making sure that all of the details are right. And you see it and you go, yep, that just looks real. And so the attention to detail is incredible. And I think that's why it's quite so beautiful, because you just go, yeah, there's nothing sort of, doesn't feel artificial at all. Everything feels real and grounded. It's an incredible achievement.
Well, give us some background on the characters that you're voicing.
Crow, she's one of the Glaives. She's the only, one of the few female characters in the movie, and the only female Glaive. She's an orphan. She used to live at the frontier between Insomnia and the outskirts of Insomnia, and she knows Libertas, and she's friends with Libertas and Nyx from a very young age, and they're like brothers.
Yeah. So there's the trio. There's Nyx, Libertas, and Crow. Nyx and Libertas were childhood friends and grew up in a town outside of Insomnia. And then that city was sacked by the Mulvey Empire, and they were one of the few survivors of the incident, and were brought into the city as refugees, and then were brought into the Kingsglaive. And at one of the Glaives battles against the Mulvey Empire was where Crow was, and they found Crow in this particular excursion, and she was one of the refugees who was brought back, and again so they've got this very, very tight bond there.
Such a good story, and real fast. How much excitement do you folks have for Final Fantasy? Was it 15?
Yeah. I cannot wait. I've got to play some bits, and
a decade waiting for this. Imagine, it's a long time.
I know.
Oh
I think it's really exciting voicing it and get to play the game.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, being able to be a part of this universe is just incredible. Yeah, it's great. I can't wait for the game.
Yes.
There's so many people.
Same.
Terrific. Hey, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The pleasure is ours.
Cheers. Thank you.